Before we begin, I'll just explain how we're going to do this. To my left, I have Frank Reboot, president of the Evian Championship. I have Anna Nordqvist, the 2017 champion, and I have Jacques Bunge, the vice president of the Evian Championship. I'll start with a few questions for Anna. We'll throw it to a Q&A with the media gathered here, and then I will toss it over to Jacques to continue the conference after that. So Anna, last year you overcame a 5-stroke deficit in the final round, the largest comeback ever in the history of this championship. What was that moment like for you to win?
Well, it was definitely special to win coming back from a few shots. I had a good first day, and then the second day I think I shot one over par. I mean, bogey at 9, and I was like really disappointed for a long time because I knew that kind of threw me further away from the lead. So going out on Sunday, started with a bogey, played great 2, 3, 4, didn't make the putts, and then a 3-putt over 5. So all of a sudden it was 2 over par for the round after 5 holes. Quite wasn't the start I was hoping for, but then birdied 6 with a back pin, and then I eagled 7. So all of a sudden I had a little bit of a momentum swing, and then turned around on the back nine and had a great finish on birdie 12, birdie 14, eagle 15, birdie 16, and then eventually bogeyed 18, and then had to wait to see see what was going to happen with the players still out on the course. And but it was definitely special. I mean, even just getting into the playoff. I mean, Lydia was up there, Mo was up there. There was a lot of great players up there, and to get in the playoff and even have a chance on Sunday. I mean, I knew I posted a good round, and it started blowing a little bit at the end, and it started getting really cold. So just to put myself in the position to win was pretty cool.
And that was your second career major championship and your 8th LPGA victory. Since then, you've had 6 top 10s this year. How are you feeling about your form in 2018?
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a challenging year, pretty slow start to the year, and I feel like I've been playing better. Game hasn't been as consistent as in previous years, but I feel like it's been a lot better lately. Went back to work on a lot of old stuff. Took help from my childhood coach, Patrick Johnson, on a few things to kind of straighten out my game, and been trying to trust myself a little bit more. I mean, this is my 10th year as a pro, and by now I think I probably know more than I trust, and so just doing a lot of practicing on my own and trying to trust what I'm working on. I feel like I'm much better, and it's been a little bit up and down lately still, but I feel like I'm getting more and more consistent, and I'm pretty happy where I'm at right now.
Great. And this week, I'm sure you've had a lot going on. Had to give the trophy back last night, unfortunately. But what has it been like being the defending champion and being back here in France?
I think last year, I mean, it was so late, it was so cold, I was freezing, I was still shaking from winning, and it was just like pitch dark by the time I left the golf course. I just don't think it was the time for me to really soak in what happened. I mean, I came back to the hotel room, there was a massive bottle of champagne, there was like my trophy replica and a few other presents, and I was like, all right, like, did I really win? Like, did this really happen? So I think coming back here this year, I mean, seeing my my name on the trophy and seeing all these pictures, getting to stay at the Royale, it's just been a moment. Like, I feel really proud, and I feel like now it's really like soaked in that I did win last year, and it's just been really cool. I've been walking around with a smile on my face this week, and it was bittersweet to give the trophy back to Jack and Frank yesterday, but hopefully, I'm going to work really hard to maybe one day get the trophy back. But no matter what, like, this place is always going to be special, and I'm always going to be very proud for winning a major, and especially being European, winning a major in Europe.
Well, congratulations again on your win last year. I will open it up to the room. If anyone has a question, please raise your hand, and we have a microphone for you. Anyone with a question?
Alright,
Yeah, go ahead.
And weather forecast tomorrow morning calls for some thunderstorms. I know that's a good omen after last year. Generally, do you think it's the best thing to move to July? It doesn't look like the weather's going to affect too much this year, but are you in favour of the move?
I mean, this championship's always been great. I think everyone who's grown up in Europe knows that September can be a little sketchy. We can be lucky, we can be unlucky, and I feel like this tournament's really been hit hard with some unpredictable weather over the years, and it's too bad because it's really one of the best events we have all year, and the atmosphere and everyone who comes out, the way you guys run this tournament, the course conditions and everything. It deserves to be played in great conditions. I mean, we're lucky this week. I mean, it's been great so far, and I felt like we were pretty lucky for the most part last year. It's a little bit in the playoff with the hail and stuff, and on the Thursday. But we've had the championship in July before, and I feel like July in Europe probably gives a little bit of a percentage of better weather, but I guess weather is a little bit of the challenge with golf, so I feel like July is going to be great, but so far I think we've been really happy this week.
Thank you. Yes, Mark.
Anna, if you take weather out of the equation, what is the biggest test of your game on this golf course?
I mean, it's a tough golf course, especially with these greens and all these undulations. The course is drier this year, and so the green's a little bit firmer, which I feel like is going to make it a little bit tougher to get close to some of these pin position, which if you miss it on the wrong spots, it's going to leave you a little bit more difficult up and down or putts. So definitely being able to place it on these greens, it's going to be probably the number one challenge. I mean, 16, if they put that back pin green's a little bit firmer, it's going to be hard to attack the pin and make a birdie, make up some ground. So I feel like it's a great golf course, and it's probably as good as I've ever seen it. The rough is thick this year, so overall it's a great challenge, and I'm certainly looking forward to it again.
Any further questions? And the last one from me. In about a month's time, you'll go to Korea and play with your fellow teammates in the UL International Crown. Everyone's familiar with your success at the Solheim Cup. How much are you looking forward to being in team competition again?
I love team competition, and I mean, I played in 5 Solheim Cups, and that's probably more than I could have dreamt of as a girl growing up. Sweden played in the International Crown the first year, I believe it was 2014, and I think we surprised a lot of people and finished second. But it's great fun. I mean, I played back with Curlin Headwell back in 14, and it's just a fun format. Like walking up to the first tee, you have music, and it just makes for a different kind of tournament. And I know the crowds in Korea are going to be pretty crazy, so I'm certainly looking forward to it.
Well, we are as well. And with that, I'm going to pass it over to Jacques to introduce the tournament.
Thank you, Al. Well, Anne said it all. And actually, she spoke about the change of date. Honestly, I'm so sorry because I have nothing to say. The weather is fantastic. Even if tomorrow we might have some almond, but actually
tomorrow we will have no storm.
No.
But
Well,
if we have, it's going to be during the night.
and it will pass over. It seems the course is really in the best shape ever, and we all know that aside from the champions, our champions, the course is the star of the week. For us, it's very exciting. It's in a way, you were talking about July, and even though we all know that the weather is not anticipated at any time, be it September or July. For us to have these conditions is also a great rehearsal for the whole team to prepare the week, because it's next year will be a very exciting week as well for our 25th anniversary. This week, really everything so far, and touch wood. We'll talk about it on Sunday evening, and hopefully on the green. But it's everything is really going smoothly. I can see smiles on the faces of the players, which is for us the key word. I see smile on the face of Mike One. So for me and for Frank, it's always good news. And it's true that the relationship we have with the tours is fantastic, really, with the officials. And if I put it that way, it's because it's not always been the case, and really we can say we have a fantastic partnership. On the sports side, obviously everything has been said, and the key now is to see who will be on the green on the 18th, and I'm sure the week's going to be fantastic, very competitive. Obviously the Rama is very open, the Rama competition, because this year you've got a top 10 that is really competitive. On the other side, for us as an organization, and you know that the ecosystem of the Evian Championship is not only the tournament, but what's around it, what's inside. More than ever, the week is about innovation. With our sponsors, we have a lot going on. It's not always seeable, but we have some startups that are really using the tournament as a window. Today, actually, we have a representative from Data Calab who is also experiencing a new system with artificial intelligence. So the tournament is also a platform to innovate in many ways and in many ways. Golfing-wise, as you know, we have Golf Zone, which is starting this week, and it's really challenging for us. It's going to be very interesting, because the ambition of the tournament, more than ever, is not only to be an event for a week, but it's also to be a community throughout the year, and a base of golfers throughout the world who are really keen on hearing about the tournament, hearing about the kids, hearing about the new talents we opened the championship for. This year we had the Palmer Cup, for instance, and for us it was a fantastic experience as well, which shows that the vision of Frank on opening up to the future of golf is really taking embodiment in the tournament. And aside from that, on the other side, we're talking about the future, we're talking about innovation, but on the other side, we are also more than ever being rooted in the tradition and in the key codes of the golfing family, because for instance, we'll see each other in a few minutes at the grand opening of the David Ledbetter Academy, who is David, as you know, is rooting one of his teams here in Evian throughout the year. We talk about the Palmer Cup. We're going to have, and for us, it's also great because it's part of our mission to really convey the values of women's golf throughout the golfing world. And we'll have Thomas Bjorn, who is the captain of the European team for the Ryder Cup, who just before the Ryder Cup comes in Evian, which is a very important symbol to show how Evian and women's golf is important in the world of golf, and in France especially. That is very exciting. Last year we had Gary Player, as you know, and this is part also, and I want to thank Rolex for that as well, because it's part also of the relationship we have with our sponsors and the way we want to put ourselves on the board and on the map of the golfing world. And I think little by little we are managing that, thanks to the tour, thanks to our sponsors. So it's really a very exciting week, and once again, even more so that it's the last week of September, and next year for us will be a reset. We will have a lot of new surprises. Really, it's going to be a big year next year as well, because we're preparing not only surprises but some interesting changes. You'll see that. And Frank doesn't know yet about everything, but I can see his face. It won't cost any money, don't worry. The fact of the matter is that really we're looking for it. So maybe now you want to add some more, or answer the question?
Two or three, perhaps I can add 2 or 3 things. First of all, I have to say, because Mike is there, that since 25 years, or since we are sanctioned by the LPGA, we never achieved such good relation with the LPGA. We make some change, but I can say we just have a meeting talking about the golf course. What could we do next year? We are going to change things. I can't develop now, but after 5 minutes we decide together what we have to do. So for us it's really validating what we did, because we are French, definitively French. They are American. Okay, I'm not talking about Mr. Trump, but they are American. So we have to learn from each other. But I think, Mike, it's done now. We are really, it's not a question of friendship, it's a question of how to work together. And it works. And one word for Heather, which is staying in the US for medical reason. But it's a real good thing for us to achieve that kind of relation with our American friend from LPGA. The second thing is, it seems very easy. We are doing this kind of press conference now since 24 years with Jacques. But you have to understand that to conduct an event during 25 years, next year is going to be 25, without being blasé, as we said in French, not being fed up with the event, always find innovation and reinvent the thing, not only the golf, because golf is a pretext for us. It's not so easy. Keeping the energy of the team at the same level, it's with some difficulties some years because of the weather. But we have a beautiful weather. I'm sure next year in July we will have 4 days of rain. Because I think everybody agrees, weather is something you can't plan. It's like in August, we don't have rain here since more than 2 months. It's forbidden to put water on the golf course. We have a special, because of our good relation with the French authority in this part of France, and we have a big lake, but we have also a factory, not using the water of the lake to put in the bottle, but we have a specific authorization to put water on the golf course. It's forbidden, but it's something you have to imagine for the future. The future is not going to be a golf course with any water you want, with chemical product everywhere. And even the player, they will have to accept sometimes that the quality of a green will be not perfect, that the quality of a fairway is not perfect, and so on and so on. Trust me, this is the future of golf, which is to go back to the past. Because of environmental issue. Perhaps in the US they don't care, which is not true. You will see some state in the States, it's going to be chemical products are going to be forbidden. So that's the reason why even in on that subject, we try to be in advance. We try to develop organic products to control the nature, not to kill the thing we don't want, but just to control them. And having said that, July is going to be much more better for us, because the nature is booming in July. In this part of France, in September, it's a slowdown. Winter is not far. Even if it is very hot, within 2 days you can have minus something. Remember?
Yeah.
So that's the reason why. The only thing about July is within 1 day, you can nearly do 2 rounds. Because you can play from 7 to 10:15. Now you start at 7:30, you finish around 6:30. So you can make the calculation, and perhaps, Mike, we will decide to increase a little bit the field. I'm not allowed to say that because it's under your responsibility. But why not? Perhaps 10 ladies more. Because we want to help ladies to make them money playing golf in the best place of the world. This is our mission. The second one is how to increase and to help the young people. And I would like to come back on the Palmer Cup. I'm going to be very nasty with my country. My country is not a golf country. Even if we have the Ryder Cup, it's not a golf country. We don't have the culture, definitively. But I don't care. Evian is a golf country. So we have the Junior Cup. We are very lucky. You have pictures of Jordan and Justin when they were 14 years old. I met their parents and I take my mobile and say, hey, I'm a very close friend of your kids. I remember we were 14 years old. They look at me and say, there's something not working. I'm the stupid guy who organized the Evian Junior Cup. And we organized the Palmer Cup. And they want to come back. Because they were totally surprised to discover this place. And we will continue. We have the AGG event because we sent some French player to Las Vegas AGG tournament because there are a lot of coaches. And some of the French players, they don't want to be Tiger Woods. They just want to go to US university. So as you can see, we try to look at golf globally. And thanks to the tournament, because the tournament and our sponsors basically are financing all these programs. And like this, we are free. And we take all the decisions we want, not asking to anybody except the LPG. And the LET sometimes, which is another subject. But I can spend the full day on LET. Now, if you have questions.
How was your golf today?
My golf,
Yeah.
personally, I walk. I'm still loving this game, but you know, I have to take care. I had to take care of my wife, and now I have to take care of my son. So I have no time to play golf. They play for me.
We will open it up for any questions for Chuck and Franck.
Franck, Franck Platon, journal de golf.
Yes.
Entre l'Evian Championship et la Ryder Cup ce mois de septembre et plus grande fenêtre jamais ouverte sur la France golfique, c'est peut-être aussi le mois le plus crucial pour le golf français. Il va se passer quoi le 1er octobre?
Non mais, do you want to translate the
Maybe
question?
translate in English?
I don't know that I can do that.
Question.
I probably wouldn't do a good job.
No, I will answer in French.
The question was about it's going to be a dramatic month for golf in France with the Ryder Cup and obviously Evian. So the question is what's going to happen next, the 1st of October?
Means after the Ryder Cup, I mean? I don't know. Nothing. That's all. No, the Evian Championship next year.
Yes.
I don't know about the French Open. As to the European Tour, I don't know.
Qu'est-ce qui devrait se passer?
What should happen?
What should happen? I think we need a project for the young French player to be sure we will have a champion within 5 years, and we have to target that. Say, okay, within 5 years or 10 years, we have French player, very well player, but we need a champion. That's all. So to do that, we need a plan, because golf is a statistic game. Look at how the Chinese are doing, look at how the Swedish are doing, look at how the Italians are doing. So question mark. I have a plan. I propose a plan. I'm still waiting the answer. But we need something. As you know, we finance, or they finance the Ryder Cup with €3 per license. We don't have to give back this money to the French players, the amateur. We have to keep the money, but we have to put a project in front of that, explaining that the target is we are going to become a real golf country, because we can. We really can. Because some of the things, some of the people are very good. So it's just a question of, it's a management issue, nothing else. We want to go there. What do we have to put in place to reach the target? And perhaps you are surprised, but Danone is not a sponsor of the Ryder Cup. Because personally, I think the Ryder Cup is not building or helping to reach the objective. I'm very happy. I congratulate Pascal every time. Even because now we are very close friends, which is very dangerous for the French Federation. But I said to him, no, I have never seen, you can tell me which sport really developed because of an event. None. It's a champion who is pushing the young people and develop the sport. That was Yannick Noah at Roland Garros, or Jean-Claude Kilinski, or I don't know, all the guy in judo, and so on and so on, or Les Barjots en handball. We need the champion if we want. And why I am really saying that? Because as a businessman, I need a market. I need a golf market. And the pros, they need a golf market. And the teacher needs a golf market. And the people producing the club, they need a golf market. Somebody very close of mine, very close, a lady who was playing golf in the past, somebody proposed to her to develop a very famous American golf brand, not only golf, something like Under or something. And I helped her to do the business plan. I said, shh, not in France. I will develop something with you. Because there is no money. So we need that. How do you build a market? Two solutions. Both. Increase the number of players, increase the money they spend as a per player. It's like in yogurt, nothing very different. So we need that. So that's the reason why I'm joking about your question. I said, I don't know. It's not negative, it's not positive. I really don't know. And basically, it's not my job.
Last one for me. Do you consider that Tiger Woods, the selection of Tiger Woods, could be the best ambassador for golf in France?
No, the best ambassador of golf in France is going to be the next French champion at the same level than Tiger Woods. Perhaps it's crazy, but that's the thing we have to dream about. And it could be Mike Lorenzo Vera, could be whatever you want. Except that we just finished 36 in the World Championship. 36. And 26 with the ladies. Or 20 something. Question mark. But we need the kids dream about a French player or French ladies. And we have. Ladies, we were used to have a lot. So I'm not saying people are playing badly. No. I'm totally supporting. Look at everything we do here in Evian. Huh? But that's the reason why with Jacques we decide to how to help our country to really think about golf and transfer. But I can ask you the question. Huh? You are Journal du Golf. Okay, have you done an article on the Palmer Cup? No, nothing. Nothing. Your job.
No.
The Palmer Cup. You know what the Palmer Cup is? Ask to the American people. The Palmer Cup, it's more than 100, Mike, it's more than 150 victory on the PGA Tour. We have the best young player of the world. Nobody from the French Federation, nobody except Canal+, because we exchange and we give the picture, but you were not there. Tell me why. Because it's your job. You were not there. And I read your newspaper. Okay. So if as I said, I'm very sad to say that, but you, me, everybody, we don't have a golf culture. We have to build it. It's a small, I don't know, 400 people, but nothing else. Do we speak a lot about the Ryder Cup? The Ryder Cup, the best golf competition of the world. It's within 2 weeks. Have you read something in a classic newspaper? Yes, no, I don't know. I'm no more reading newspaper. Not a lot, you agree? We have a newspaper called L'Équipe. I saw this about the French Open last week. And I read the article. The 3 first lines were about the French. The following 2 sentences was about Mike Lorenzo Vera. And after that was Evian. This. So the real question is, what can we do together to speak more and positively? Because we have to be positive about this game. Because the day you will have no more Franck Ribou, Jean-Claude Forestier, and so on, you are going to lose your job. Huh? Yeah, you are part of the game. And Christian is part of the game. So, perhaps we can one day put all these people in a room and discuss what we can do. But again, it's not my job. Could become my job.
Welcome.
Oh, welcome.
You have a
But
question?
we are very happy
Sorry.
in Evian, which is because Evian is a golf country.
Yes, and actually next year the prize money will increase and put the Evian in a nice.
So I got a
moment.
lot of questions from journalists about the prize money, because in France we don't like money.
You want to talk about it?
You make so much money with like playing golf? No, except that every day people are talking about parity between men and women. So we try, perhaps we are crazy, but we try to, year after year, to catch this parity between men and female. And if we can be the first one, we'll ask Mike to push a little bit.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, first of all, you have to push up the US Open, huh? Because I will always respect the ladies' US Open. he knows what I'm saying. But we did. Every time we have a new sponsor, well, because we are not there to make money. We reinvest, and we keep the money for all this program we have for the kids. Because to do that, we need no authorization from anybody. Freedom is very important for me. I don't like rules.
Christian?
Bonjour, Christian Ledan, Canal+. First, congratulations for the setup of the course. This morning it was really amazing, really great course. So that's first, and second time.
Don't forget that this course is a brand new one.
Yeah, I know that.
We refurbished it 4 years ago.
Mhm.
So it's
We were there.
you need to respect the evolution of the nature. We said that from remember the first year with the plastic on the green, and everybody, they are crazy, right? We are crazy, except that we change everything within 9 months.
So in second part, what your plans about a men's tournament or something like that for the future?
Mike is dead.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Mike.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, you have, and Christian, you know perhaps more than me about golf, but except that if I put this cap,
Yeah.
I know a little bit more than you, being on the board of Rolex. The economic model, men golf economic model is totally different than women golf economic model. I will not enter that discussion, but it's not exactly the same. Second, if one day we decide to do a male tournament, it's because we will find a natural support from sponsors who are looking for the best place, having the ability and the competences to do that. We are, even if they are, because now I'm retired, as you know, a big company, I don't think we will spend more or invest more. But nobody can say never. And the second thing is, I'm not sure that this golf course is set up for a men's tournament. During the Palmer Cup, we look at to the young men playing there, who are pro, basically, or playing like the pro, not with the same pressure, but in terms of distance. And so we think we can adapt. And if we do that, that will be, I don't think a European Tour tournament, but more something to help young players to get more money or to get more experience and to develop their expertise in that game. So I can't say never, but there is no plan by the time being. After that, I don't know, Mike, if I can disclose our discussion about the golf course. We don't have, as you know, we plan, like in a company, we try to have a 5-year plan to know what we will have to do. Basically, we discuss about the 18 hole, because we discuss of coming back to a par 5. Why not? We just need the drama. But I think we can have a good story with this. Playing from the back tee on the 18 could be interesting. The 13 also, do we go back to a par 4 or do we stay at a par 5? But it's a par 4, perhaps we play in advance to push the lady to try to reach by 1, I don't know, that kind of thing. Anyway, we can make a tee, let's say 25, 30 meters behind, to answer to the previous question. The 15 tee, we are going to make it much more larger. We will cut some trees to get the light, because I don't think it's quite difficult to maintain the right quality. And basically that's it. That's it. Even if now you play a little bit back, which is due to me, not to the LPG. And don't forget that next year we will play in July, so the humidity is less, temperature is, if that was this year, that was 32, 33 degrees Celsius in July this year. So the balls were not balling more, I think, because the water we had and the quality of the fairway. So nothing very important.
Before going on, I know we have a player who is doing a job here, and I want to let you go maybe before, because if you want to go on with the conversation, thank you, Anna. Thank you very much. And sorry for coming the topic.